everybody, welcome to the studio. So today we're going to do a painting that involves these Pearl-Ex pigment powders. Say that 10 times fast. Pearl-Ex pigment powders. So what I do is when I use these with acrylics, I mix the powder with my flow mix only and see how that comes out. If I need to, I might put a little bit of the glue all in it to firm it up a little bit. But in general, I use just the pigment powders and the flow mix when I'm doing these kinds of paints. If I'm using this with resin, I mix it just with the straight clear resin and powder pigment. And I also have used this with inks. So when you use it with inks, you use it with a clear ink. And this is the pearl color that you see in your inks. All right, so let's get these mixed up and get started. So as I'm getting my canvas ready, I did want to mention to you that I am going to do this as an open cup pour, meaning I have an open cup and I pour my paints down through the middle. And my background is going to be Mars Black with a flow mix in it. And that is by Saks. And I always buy the half gallon of the Saks True Flow acrylics. They're cheaper. You can get them online, and you'll see the link to those under my YouTube videos. If you're watching me on Facebook, look for the YouTube video links and the Amazon links. Thank you. And so I've mixed up a pinkish pearl, a midnight blue, a bronze, and a mauve, and I'm going to add a purple. And I just want to show you how I'm mixing this up. I have some flow mix with a little bit of clear Elmer's glue. Haven't used this purple one yet. And so I just take about as much that would come off the end of that. Looks like it's about a half of a teaspoon. My cup is about half full of the flow mix and clear craft glue. The clear glue is there so that it will bind some of this, as well as it will thicken up the flow mix as though I had some paint in it. Because remember, we're just using pigments, pigment powders. And I wanted that clear glue because I do want kind of a see-through effect when I'm done kind of peeking through this black background. I will use a tiny bit of white in with my mixtures too, just in the layers, but just a little bit. Maybe not enough to show up. Now, you can see these look kind of pastel when I'm mixing them up. That is because of the flow mix background, but when it dries, it's going to have a clear and glittery texture to it. All right, so let me get some gloves on. I'm trying to reuse my gloves so that there's always more gloves for anybody else who needs them. Now, there is no silicone in any of the things that I'm using. I like this. I think we're going to give us a little bit shot of blue in the middle here. Oops, looks like I gave us a little There we go. Lovely. What do you think about that? Almost a geode. I'm going to give this a swirl. I'd like to bring it back a little bit, maybe. That is beautiful. Now, my hope is that when it's done, we'll see some more spectacular metallic paints in it. So, as promised, I thought I'd bring you in closer. I've ended up with a wonderful marble kind of pattern. I'm hoping that as this dries, we see a little bit more of the pearl come up on it. That is my hope. If not, then maybe those Pearl X powders aren't exactly what we want to use for this kind of project, but we'll have to wait and see. I would show you the finished piece. This is a piece I'm going to paint over. It looks like our Pearl X powders show up just a little bit, but nothing like I would like. So all in all, this was a disappointing experiment. Stay tuned for another time. We will experiment again with those Pearl X powder. Okay, so my piece did not turn out like I wanted it to. So in the essence of experimentation, I did find some of these metallic paints that are actually on sale, Craftsman brand. This one looks kind of like a silverish blue. This one like a bronze. And this one is, of course, gold. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of an experiment and pour some of it on top of our failed experiment from the other day. And we'll start with our black in the middle, just like before. Placing our open cup. And wish me luck. Let's see if this actually works and looks nice. All right, there we go. I truly believe this painting has turned out much better than the one we started with yesterday. So thought I'd bring you in a little closer. I do have some bubbles coming up, so I will be using my handy dandy tools and torching it a little bit, but oh my goodness, just some of the awesome reaction to the different paints there. And again, I'll show it to you when it dries.